piece of papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of this, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
You're very cruel to people because you're a narcissist. She's the type of person who will say something to you, and 10 to 5 minutes later, she'll say, I didn't say that. Straight bipolar. Was diagnosed with it. You're not Cardi B, man. Let's keep it a buck. This is how phony you is.
Buckle up, because what we're witnessing isn't just a celebrity breakup, it's an emotional car crash unfolding in slow motion, and every frame is more explosive than the last. Remy Ma, yes, that Remy Ma just got blindsided by one of the most savage breakups in hip-hop history. Eazy the block captain didn't just walk away, he vanished from the spotlight after delivering a breakup colder than a New York winter. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. This wasn't about another rapper, some thirsty blogger, or even a typical industry scandal. Nope. Allegedly, Remy Ma cheated with a woman. And not just any woman, a mysterious spiritual healer, only known as Z. Let that settle in. Because this isn't just tea, this is a whole boiling pot, overflowing with betrayal, coded Instagram captions, hidden love affairs, and leaked security footage from, wait for it, a plant-based lesbian lounge in Brooklyn. We're not making this up. Is this a messy rebound after the cracks in her marriage to Papoose? A PR disaster gone nuclear? Or is Remy caught in a chaotic love triangle that makes Jada and will look like marriage counselors? Fans are spiraling, and the internet is shaking, trying to make sense of it all. Where's Eazy now? Why was Remy sobbing on live? And who is this Z who just flipped Remy's world upside down? Let's take it back. Eazy the block captain was hip-hop's rising star, gritty, raw, and oozing that Philly charisma. Meanwhile, Remy was the untouchable queenpin, all business, all fire. She was his mentor, his boss, his plug to the next level. But somewhere between the tour bus nights and media runs, things blurred. The energy shifted, smiles lingered, touches got to familiar. Interviews started sounding like inside jokes. Fans weren't asking if something was happening. They were asking how long it had been going on. And just when people started connecting the dots, boom, a dinner in Soho, a mysterious third guest, a tall woman with locks, crystals, and a nose ring. Some called her a healer, others called her a homewrecker. Behind the scenes, Remy's fairy tale with Papoose was crumbling. Quiet birthdays, distant energy, passive-aggressive tweets, all signs were there. And right when things got shaky, in comes Ziana, or Z, a so-called soul whisperer who had Remy hooked. What started as spiritual cleansing turned into long fasta times, sound baths in hotel rooms, and late-night chakra alignments that looked a lot more like intimacy than enlightenment. By early 2024, Z wasn't just in Remy's life, she was on tour payroll as her energy manager. Meanwhile, Eazy was still around, still posing for the camera, still getting played like a pawn in someone else's endgame. And then the battle that changed everything. Eazy walks into the ring against Geechee Gotti, expecting another lyrical slaughter. Instead, receipts, real ones. Geechee didn't battle with bars, he battled with truth bombs, screenshots, rumors. That line about creeping with a rapper's wife hit the crowd like a lightning bolt. People didn't gasp, they howled. Remy's face, frozen. Eazy, stunned like a deer in headlights. It wasn't a battle. It was an execution of reputations, respect, and whatever messy entanglement they had going on. After that, Eazy ghosted. Shows canceled. Bio wiped. According to a source, he told his manager, I don't care if she's with a man, woman, or Martian. She played me like a game she already won. Remy tried to keep it cute, but during a casual live stream for a makeup line, one viewer asked about Eazy. She froze, blinked, then broke. Not a cute influencer cry, we're talking chest heaving, soul crack sobs. People don't know the whole story, she said. Girl, they might not, but they're watching it unfold like the finale of a messy HBO series. And let's not forget Papoose. The man who held her down through prison, career drama, and public scrutiny was already emotionally packed out months ago. Sources say he knew about Z long before the public did. So while Eazy thought he was the secret, turns out he was just the side dude. The real love story, Remy and Z. That blurry rooftop photo of them holding hands over wine, it didn't need a caption. But the one it got, Somebody come get your Andy before she ends up on an episode of For My Man. And then things went nuclear. Leaked voice notes. Financial fraud whispers. A chain worth $22,000 allegedly purchased with tour funds showing up in Z's Instagram story. Paid for as wardrobe for Eazy's tour, even though Eazy never saw it. Meanwhile, Z is on IG sipping green juice and silk robes, talking about not all queens were crowned somewhere power. The math ain't mathing. According to receipts we definitely didn't fabricate, Remy may have been moving label money to fund Z's lavish lifestyle, creative consulting invoices, chakra readings that cost more than most rent. This wasn't just a love triangle. This was a financial hexagon. And that, my friends, is just part one. Because in part two, we're diving into the Tulum retreat, the deleted burner accounts, and which celeb allegedly warned Eazy and got ignored. You think it can't get worse? Oh baby, this isn't a story. This is a multi-season saga, and it's just getting started. The comments were off, but the internet, it was fully on fire. Just when it seemed like the chaos might finally cool off, boom, the burner DMs leaked. And these weren't just any petty screenshots. These were late night voice notes and handwritten captions allegedly pulled from a Finsta account linked to Remy's own email. One voice note read, "I don't want to be fixed, I just want to be seen. And you see me, baby, ma'am, you are married to Papoose. The man who rode for you through prison, stood by you during childbirth, and gave you a Bet Awards tribute the world cried over. And now this isn't just betrayal, this is Broadway-level theatrics. If this had been written into a Tyler Perry script, critics would have called it too far-fetched. But no, this is real life. And worse, it's now creeping into legal territory. Because once the rumors of budget misuse started flying, insiders from Remy's own label came forward. What they exposed turned the boiling tea into pure gasoline. Allegedly, funds earmarked for Eazy's Block Pressure tour were rerouted toward mysterious wellness expenses. We're talking about a 4-day healing retreat in Tulum, silk meditation tents, chakra cleansing candles, and a matching pair of rose quartz yoni eggs. Unless Eazy is dropping a yoga mixtape for broken men, none of that makes sense. Now here's where it gets criminal. Sources claim an internal audit has been quietly launched. Lawyers are involved, laptops seized, emails combed through. And Eazy? Word is he's fully cooperating. And Papoose, the usually calm, stoic king of loyalty, he's allegedly done playing quiet. One longtime affiliate says Pap's gearing up to drop his own receipts, not gossip, but proof. Think surveillance clips from their home studio showing Z entering at 1:38 a.m. and not leaving until a.m. And what were they recording? Certainly not music, unless your idea of a track includes offbeat moans and chakra chants that don't need auto-tune. And remember that rooftop candlelight dinner moment that leaked earlier? Turns out it wasn't their first. Multiple fans have now submitted photos of Remy and Z in New Orleans, Miami. Even La, always cozy, always connected, but just low-key enough to avoid suspicion until now. Blogs are digging. Twitter is reconstructing timelines. And fans, they're playing detective, pulling podcast clips where Z describes falling for a woman torn between peace and power. Sound familiar? You think the mess peaked, but oh no, here's the twist. Z allegedly signed an NDA, a thick one, drawn up by Remy's own legal team, but it expired in May 2025 this month. And since then, Z has been posting like she's ready to tell all without telling anything. One cryptic tweet said, "Sometimes the universe sends you chaos wrapped in curls and conviction." Was she talking about herself? About Remy? About the spiral they've both created? Doesn't matter. The tweet clocked 800,000 views in 12 hours and spawned an entire TikTok trend called #ChaosCurls, where people reenact their own toxic spiritual flames. Because of course it did. Welcome to the internet. Meanwhile, the battle rap world is watching. Like it's pay-per-view. Eazy's rivals are merciless. One dropped a diss track titled Blocked by Love, featuring the brutal hook, "She gave you the keys to the castle," then dipped with the gardener. Ooh, but Eazy, he's staying silent, unfollowed Remy, scrubbed her from his feed, even removed himself from label posts. A close friend says he's in his healing era, which in battle rap terms means he's cooking up a revenge verse so cold it'll make Ether sound like Dear Mama. But here's what has everyone truly on edge: the whispers. Just whispers. That Eazy's about to speak, not in subtweets, not in bars, in a full-on tell-all. Could be a podcast, could be a Breakfast Club sit-down, could be a freestyle that spills more tea than a leaked deposition. Whatever it is, one, Insider says if he talks, the whole game shifts. There's stuff he knows Remy forgot she even said, and just like that, what started as harmless flirtation between a mentor and her protege has detonated into a full-blown, career-threatening, marriage-ruining, legally messy, internet-breaking scandal. And baby, we're only halfway through the story. Trauma, broken marriages, financial audits, a suspiciously sensual healer with more flexibility than a tax loophole, and yet, somehow, the storm's still building because in part 3, the fallout has officially begun. PR teams are scrambling, brands are backpedaling, and insiders say Remy Ma hasn't posted in over a week, a digital silence louder than a courtroom gasp. Meanwhile, rumors are swirling that Papoose is filing separation papers quietly while Z is allegedly about to sign with a rival label. Baby, this isn't just a rabbit hole. This is a wormhole into a universe of betrayal, branding, and backroom deals. And we haven't even hit rock bottom yet. You heard right, the same spiritual, soul-soothing side chick who was once burning sage and whispering affirmations is now being courted by the music industry. According to blog insiders, a rival label, the same one that once tried to poach Eazy from Remy, has offered Z a deal. Not just music either. We're talking a podcast, an empowerment tour, and an energy-themed R&B EP titled Moon In. Scorpio, this isn't a scandal anymore, this is a rollout. The love triangle has been flipped, polished, monetized, and packaged for streaming platforms. Z, the once silent seductress, is now the breakout star, and Remy, she's the meme, the punchline, the lesson. The woman who once rapped, "I'll smack a chick today and again tomorrow," is now missing from the timeline like she just got beat by Karma in a versus battle. But the real fire is happening behind the scenes. One beauty sponsorship pull. Out the same day those burner DMs leaked. A leaked concierge email from a Paris hotel shows Remy allegedly booking a suite in Z's name under the alias Saw Evers Witch. For those who know, was her old YouTube handle from back in her kitchen table tutorial days. Coincidence? Please. This rabbit hole has receipts wrapped in designer robes. And Papoose? This man stood by her through everything. Jail, career pauses, even a public miscarriage. Now, he's done. Sources say he's emotionally out, legally still tied for asset reasons, and physically relocated in Atlanta, buying property, cooking up a solo album reportedly titled Unfollowed. It's giving Lemonade. It's giving Confessions. It's giving Remy, I love you, but I'm about to drop a Fire 16 about your mess. But it doesn't stop there. Eazy's career is now in limbo, not because of the affair, but because Remy's hardcore fanbase, the ride or die still yelling conceited bars and comment sections, are turning on him, calling him a traitor, a clout chaser, a pawn. Others say he was played a decoy, a boy toy with bars. TikTok is now flooded with theories, edits, even slideshow style think pieces with sad R&B backing and old Remy interview clips. One video titled "Why Eazy Was the Real Victim" hit 1.4 million views overnight, and then came the leak. Z's private wellness group on Telegram was hacked, revealing client testimonials that sound a lot more like love letters than therapy feedback. One message allegedly from a rapper whose name rhymes with Belanda read, "You didn't just heal me, you made me feel alive again. I'll never forget what your hands did to my heart." Excuse me, what hands, ma'am? The blogs ate it. One YouTuber claims Z has 7 NDAs circulating in the industry, and Remy's might be the only one that got breached. Now lawsuits are being whispered. Remy's label has reportedly brought in legal teams to discuss slander suits and public image rehab. A recently fired assistant even spilled on a podcast she was smiling different. You don't smile like that unless someone's rubbing sage on your soul. And other places too. We've moved past gossip. This is now a Chernobyl-level brand meltdown and implosion powered by burner phones, rose quartz, and reckless libido.so. Where does that leave Remy? Alone, scorched, rebranded as hip-hop's fallen queen. From icon to cautionary tale, the internet now sees her as the messy auntie who fumbled both a king and a queen. Meanwhile, Papoose is glowing up. Eazy is plotting his comeback. And Z is ascending, monetizing, trending, possibly masterminding this entire collapse. Because now, the most jaw-dropping theory is gaining traction. What if this was all a stunt? A long-game PR move gone rogue? A scripted heartbreak design to launch new brands and burn old bridges? And if that's true, then Remy just became the Kris Jenner of spiritual side chick scandals. But if it's not, then we've just witnessed the very real rock collapse of a black woman who held it down for years and lost herself in the process. Either way, we watched, we clicked, we dissected, we couldn't look away. Because this wasn't just a cheating scandal, it was a cultural whiplash moment. The kind that reminds us that in the era of clout, nothing is sacred, not love, not loyalty, not legacy. So ask yourself, was Remy a victim of temptation or her own ego? Did Eazy get played, or was he always just another chess piece? And Z, is she the villain, the healer, or the quiet puppet master of an industry scandal we never saw coming? Drop your conspiracy theories in the comments. Are you Team Remy, Team Eazy, or Team Z, the Zen Destroyer? And if this story made you clutch your phone like the last lace front glue on earth, smash that like button, because this is just the beginning. The toxic iceberg runs deeper. And baby, we're here for all of it. Turn on post notifications. Because in the world of fame and followers, it's never just love. It's always strategy,